Hey everybody, so I want to tell you about annotation today. Sometimes you will hear your college instructors say, here, read this article and annotate it, or read chapter 3 for homework and make annotations. Well, when they say annotate something, it's just a fancy way of saying take notes. You see it has that word note in there, annotate. So while you're reading, it's always important to take notes on it. And I'm going to tell you how. So why do we bother? Well, because it's a good part of active reading. When you're doing active reading, remember that that means you're fully engaged in the text. That means you are paying attention and you're really thinking about things, and stopping to annotate something and to take notes on it helps you slow down your reading. It helps you think about what you're reading, and it helps you process the information. It also makes sure that it helps you stay focused on what you're reading, because sometimes you start to read and then you start to think about other things. So if you're annotating while you're doing it, it'll help you stay on track. So it's all part of that active reading process that helps us learn. So how in the world do we actually annotate something? Well, a great way to do this is to use the margins. That's that white side on the end of or on the edge of the paper when you have an essay or an article or a chapter that you're reading. Now, if you have a printed out page, or if you have a PDF and you can mark up the PDF or the Word document or something, that's great. You can do it right on the page. But you can also use sticky notes. So if it's like a book that you can't write in or something, you can get Post-it notes, and then you can write on the Post-it note and slap it in the book. So this is a great way to do your annotations. When I was doing my doctoral work, they were handing me humongous packets full of hundreds of pages of articles and things to read, and I used this annotation technique. Come back. So there it is. So when you are annotating, write in the margins. All right. So you are going to use the side of the page, that blank area, or you might use a sticky note. Some of the things that you might do are circle new vocabulary words, or you could mark it with a sticky note and write the word on it and stick it next to it. And the main thing that you want to do is write down the main idea of each section or paragraph that you're reading. So as you read something, stop after each section or after each paragraph and ask yourself, okay, what's the big main idea? What is the author's big idea in this section? And write that down. One of the things that you might want to do is underline or highlight a little bit, but the important part of this is only a little bit. If you start getting highlighter happy, then your whole page will be covered in yellow highlighter, and it's not going to help you. So if you're going to highlight, only highlight one thing out of each section. Like maybe you will just highlight the topic sentence or something. But I recommend the best way to do this is to write down the main idea in the margins. Then, once you have done that stuff, you will have an article that has the main idea listed on the side. And you can go through and basically read out the main idea of each section, and you'll get a whole summary or outline of that article or chapter. So annotations are super helpful. If you're asked to write a summary later, you'll already have your summary written, basically. You just need to put it in sentence form. If you are asked to recall something that you read and remember what it is, you could look back at those annotations and you can find it very quickly. If you are writing a paper from the article that you just read, later when you're trying to go back and find the part again or pull out certain facts or certain quotes, you have the annotations there that will help you do that. So annotating is a great skill, and it's something that you should do on pretty much everything you read in academic reading.